Welcome again. Our next session is FIDO Authentication Platform for Cryptocurrencies and NFT. And our speaker is Stephen O, who's the CEO of TrustKey. Stephen.
Thank you very much. From last year, we've been trying to present like some applications based on the FIDO authentication, because like password-based authentications actually very limited, and then these days very dangerous and stuff. So once you have this strong authentication, then what is the possible applications that we can actually go after? This is something that we've been actually looking at, and then this is actually a deployment case. So it looks very easy and simple, but we try to go through so much of the effort and brainstorming and stuff, and then analyze what we need to do utilizing the FIDO authentication. So motivation was as market capitalization has increased rapidly. You can see this like really big peak. Now this is coming down, so it's not actually as big as that. But we are going to see this peak actually even more later on. And the cryptocurrency related hacking instance happened so many times. And then the right side of that actually you can see. However, if you look at these, like $90 million, $500 million, and all those big $1 million of the hacking incident, this is something that actually made the news. Actually, is exchange of platform hacking. So this exchange platform got compromised by someone else and by hacked and all those kind of stuff. But not made to the news actually is a personal wallet hacking. So this is I tried to find some instance that this is the only instance that I found, less than $200,000. But if you are as, I guess, popular as Bill Murray, then you probably can make a news. Other than that, you're not going to make any news. So, but there are so many people in the world, who has been hacked by the hackers, or got lost, or so many instances happening, and they lost, their even the small amount of $100, $200, or $1,000, they lost the money because of that. So that's the motivation. So wallet. So the wallet is everything. Wallet, cryptocurrency wallet actually is how to store your private keys. So Bitcoin wallets associate the public and private keys. We all know. And then this is where you put your private key. So hot wallets, for example, is store at your private key in the cloud system or exchange account and stuff. Or if you download that into the some USB-based hardware key, we call cold wallet. So keys, same thing. So stored in cloud, that's a hot wallet. Stored in USB, then keys. That's cold wallet. And then they have the recovery mechanism called the passphrase. So this is based on the BIP39, which is Bitcoin, and everybody followed the suit. So based on the generic private key, they just got drive the passphrase that has a unique to the private key. Because of this, once you have this passphrase, which is recovery key, then you can actually recover your private account. So if your private key are lost over there, and that your seed phrase, which is recovery phrase, you are safely stored away is the only way to recover. Or this is the only way. So if you lose your private key, and if you use your passphrase, then that's it. You just lost it. So and then there are a lot of actually hacking instances happening. Most of the hacking way of the following actually is phishing. And phishing and then compromised and SMS verification, which is the same thing. And so this is, so the motivation is, the FIDO is phishing resistance. So how about using FIDO authentication to prevent the users from being phished, right? So this is the also motivation. There's 10 ways of secure your crypto wallets from hackers. So many steps. We are only focusing on 3, 4, 5, which is keep your seed phrase, which is recovery phrase, and then strong password, no password for us, and then the multiple wallets, and where we put these keys or stuff. The passphrase is, as I said, this is the recovery key. So it has something like this. You have many words of the chain of many words, which is known words, but you have to know the sequence and then spells. once you have that, you can recover. If you lose it, then you're out of the luck. Okay, so some people have just write down the passphrase in their notebook, or some people just engrave using some lead, or if you look at the last one, you can find that you can pay $26 from Amazon.com to buy this copper plate. Then you can engrave by yourself. And then taking pictures of this is not safe. People think that you're taking pictures is protecting someone stealing from your wallet. It's not. So and then you not want to actually store this into the your password management system, because this is also password based. And then there are some suggestions there. 7 secret places to securely store your recovery phrase. Bottom of the container full of ground coffees on couches and in the book or frame posters. And this is really I don't mind. I mean, this is really the crazy, right? So then what about, okay, there are a lot of softwares that actually encrypt the system. So what about we have this passphrase, and then we have private key. What about we encrypt this? So you can encrypt 2 different things, which is private key and then your passphrase. But if you are using AES, for example, this is simpler than the RSA or ECC. So simpler, symmetric keys, and then you have to have also key. Then this is like recurring problem. You want to encrypt the original stuff using another key that you have to store or remember. Now, how do you do that, right? So this is the question. So I found many file encryption solutions in the market, and this is like best encryption software for 2022. These are all softwares based on password. This is password based, so you have to remember. And so we think that okay, we can replace password by FIDO authentication. So and then data leaking drama. This is one of the dramas that actually has a pretty big hit in the Netflix domain. And there's episode 15. There's a corporate hacking cases, and the hackers attacked the online commerce company to get the 40 million customer credentials. And they're using 3 different methods, which is spear phishing, and then APT, and then key logging. I look at the key logging is the most common the methods to actually hacking someone else's. So when you type something, when you type your password by yourself, even though you have 128 characters that you cannot remember, even though that it doesn't matter for them, they can actually capture everything. So we have to remove this password stuff from the system, right? So key logging, okay. Let's move on. So the deployment requirement was, okay, we need to file and folder protection. The why folder? Because NFTs, for example, not only has the private keys also have content in it. So it has to have some kind of multiple files that has to be protected. The features is folder, file and folder encryption, decryption without password. And then sometimes in file and folder hiding and hiding features without password. And then the last one is that possible? You can just send something over the like Gmail, for example, or Outlook, which is regular mail, not utilizing PGP, because PGP is hard to use. So regular people they just cannot do that without password. So this is all without password. This is the requirement. So if you look at the picture over there, user A just using our key or the security key or just any FIDO credentials, and then encrypt and decrypt and hide and send it to the user B. This is the requirement. So it's a complete password, no pin typing, and then FIDO authentication using strong user binding, preferably the biometric, because biometric you don't have to remember. If you have a pin and then dedicate this FIDO key into something like that, and then you just leave it to your desk drawer for, let's say, a year or 2, then you're not going to remember your PIN anyway. So it has to be biometric, which is more comfortable and then more easy to, you don't have to remember, you're just easy to use. And then multiple authenticator. So this is kind of hard to look at, but this is very easy. So user A using computer 1, and then FIDO key was pre-registered, and then just trying to encrypt file. So 1, and then request the FIDO authentication and authenticate it, and then just encryption going on, and then you have file, which is totally different from the original file. And you can have a Control C, Control V, and you can make multiple copies. You can put it in your USBs, or you can sync your Dropboxes, or you can do whatever. And then same person at the computer 2 or different computers or same computer, it doesn't matter. If you want to decrypt that, and then you can just use the program to authenticate until and then decrypt the file. It's easy, very very simple mechanism. File and file folder or hide and unhide is the same thing. Same guy can hide the file or folders, and then and then unhide, which is reveal. You can do exactly the same thing. So this is a demo. I'm not sure I can. Yeah. So if you get that, so the QR Steven O, that's the file that I'm choosing, and then yeah, the data protection just. It doesn't show the key, the gesture. So and then so it has please touch your finger, and then using biometric, and then complete it. That's it. So this is encryption, and then decryption, same thing. Yeah. So touch your finger. That's it. So this is easy. And hide and unhide the same thing. I'll just skip this. And then we are right now, because it's so many people using a smartphone. So what you can do, you can actually encrypt your file, and then you can sync to the cloud, or like your Dropbox or whatever, iCloud, and then you can use your phone to see that. Right now, our the program is available for Android only, not Apple iPhone. So this is our platform. See, I'm sorry about the Korean, but this is actually launched in Korean domain right now, the market right now. So private key storage, encrypted file and folders, and wallet storage. If you see down here wallet and something in Korean, that's the wallet storage. And then passphrase storage too. And then NFT files, you can encrypt the file or NFT file with a key or key only, or just file everything. And then other wallet services cannot store the entire NFT file, because NFT files are about several megabytes, which USB-based wallet, it cannot hold all those big files anyway. So you can just use this, and you can put it in your service like that. Service is called tap-in, and then you can just put in your local disk, or you can do whatever you want. But we also have the wallet storage for the platform business. So the platform is called Tap-in. If you look at the HTTPS over there, www.tap/pin.com, and this is the deployment for the wallet services. And actually, it's pretty usable for the old people, because they don't need to remember any password or anything at all. And right now in Korea, there's a lot of people actually using cryptocurrencies, investing cryptocurrency as investment, and especially the older people, because they just don't know how to use it, and then they don't know how to store the private keys and passphrases, and this is really good for them. So, and then we extend this to sending one file and encrypted onto another person. So the user A is pre-registered FIDO key, the same cloud, and then user B also his or her the FIDO key registered, and then you can actually encrypt the file, destined to the recipient, and then recipient to receive that, and then actually decrypt the file. So having this whole information is actually, I'm trying to compare the PGP, because PGP is really nice, and it's very secure and everything, but it's based on asymmetric cryptographies, and then mostly emails, and then the password authentication, or just but it has limitations, because it is not social media friendly. In Korea, for example, KakaoTalk is used. 100%, 80% of the people of the Korean population use the same platform, and then you cannot send it. But using TrustKey solutions, you can do that. So, and then probably we can do the future passkey integration because it happened before passkey actually is available. So we didn't actually implement this, but actually we have a plan to use a passkey integration into the system so that any phone users can use it easily. Okay, so summary is complete passwordless, no keyboard typing authentication, and then protect the users from the keylogin attack. And encrypted file, private keys, and the passphrase can be copied and distributed anywhere, local disk, cloud storage, or USBs. Multiple authenticator support and mobile view support, and then it was deployed in Korea August 2022. And then extended application is file transfer. This is what we've been doing it about last year, and about a year to deploy this, and then now this whole deployment is going on. Because of the cryptocurrency is going down, the subscribers is not as much as I like to see, but actually the subscribers is going up right now, and then we're gonna see a lot of actually the feedbacks from the customers later on. But this is what's happening. So thank you. Any questions?
Oh.
Yes.
Hey, thank you for your talk. Were you mostly focused on seed phrases for, or I guess passphrases for Ethereum and Bitcoin, or any specific protocols?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter, right? Because it's a private key base. I mean, everything is a cryptocurrency is the PKI based anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Have you considered using for, I guess for the purposes of authentication, Ethereum or ECDSA keys, similar to how Ethereum uses them for public keys?
Whatever. So this is not the cryptocurrency specific, right? So the whole authentication and everything goes on ECDSA anyway. So this is something that you can see we don't have any particular proprietary technology or anything like that in terms of the security. Yes. So.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Yep, we have one from online.
Yes.
It says, where is the AES key saved?
It is saved. Actually, it's encrypted. Also that, and then distributed into the servers and then keys, the security keys.
Any other questions?
Yes. The FIDO server, related FIDO server, and then key. Yeah, partially, yes. Any question? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen.